What you're about to hear might not just surprise you. It could completely change the way you see everything you've been told about so-called male enhancement. For years, you've been bombarded with ads promising instant size, endless stamina, and unbelievable results. You've seen the glossy photos, the bold claims, and the too good to be true testimonials. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Behind the scenes, most of what you've been led to believe is carefully engineered marketing designed to separate you from your money, not actually deliver results. And the part that's even more shocking, many doctors know the truth, but you'll almost never hear them talk about it openly. Today, we're lifting the curtain. No hype, no sugarcoating, just the facts that the multi-billion-dollar supplement industry hopes you never find out. Do you want me to also create a more suspense-driven version that feels like a documentary opening? That style works really well for holding attention in long scripts. The hook and setup. What you're about to hear may shock you. What you're about to hear may shock you to your core. Not because it's wrapped in some over-the-top promise, but because it's the raw, unfiltered reality that's been kept from you for years. For decades, the truth about so-called male enhancement has been buried beneath layers of marketing hype, half-truths, and outright lies, carefully crafted to make you believe you're one pill away from transformation. You've seen the glossy advertisements, the perfectly lit before and after photos, and the too good to be true testimonials that sound like they came straight out of a fantasy. You've been told that size can change overnight, that stamina can double instantly, and that results are guaranteed, all without a shred of real, transparent proof. The entire presentation is designed to short-circuit your skepticism. They don't want you to think. They want you to buy. But behind the curtain, away from the TV commercials and online banners, the reality is far more unsettling. These products are rarely what they claim to be. Most are built on empty promises, recycled myths, and a marketing strategy that's been perfected over decades to prey on insecurity. If you've ever felt self-conscious about your body, they've already studied you. If you've ever wondered whether you measure up, they already know your triggers. If you've ever thought, maybe I could be more, they already have your number. The supplement industry knows that if you ever saw the actual science, if you understood what these pills can and cannot do, their billion-dollar empire would be standing on quicksand. And here's what makes this even more disturbing. Many in the medical world are aware of these truths, yet you'll almost never hear them speak openly about it. Whether it's fear of backlash, industry pressure, or simply the fact that there's more money in silence than in honesty, the result is the same. You're left in the dark. Today, that changes. The perfect promise. It starts with a promise so simple, so irresistible, that it bypasses logic. Take this, and you'll be more of a man. It's an idea that's been sold in whispers for centuries, whispered in locker rooms, written in classified ads, passed through late-night radio, but in the last 25 years, it's been weaponized by the internet. Now, these promises follow you. They slip between the posts in your social media feed. They hide inside the margins of news articles. They pop up when you're at your most private, searching for answers you're not ready to tell anyone about. The ad never starts with a product. It starts with a feeling. A slow montage of happy couples, laughter under soft lighting, a confident man walking into a room. And then the suggestion, maybe you could be him. Maybe you should be him. And all it takes, they say, is one little pill. The invisible net. Once they have your attention, the trap closes slowly. The first ad is a curiosity. The second is a special offer. The third is a warning. Don't miss out. Results in days. Before long, you've been pulled into a system designed to keep you clicking, keep you hoping, keep you paying. They don't care if you've tried before and failed. In fact, they expect it. Disappointment is part of the business model. Because the more you chase, the more desperate you feel, the more likely you are to believe the next breakthrough will finally be the one. Why you haven't heard the truth. If this is all so obvious, why hasn't anyone told you? Why don't doctors start every appointment with a warning? Because there's an unspoken rule in this industry. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. While most legitimate medical professionals don't recommend these pills, there's little incentive to wage a public war against them. The companies hide behind supplement labeling, which keeps them out of strict FDA oversight. They use ingredients vague enough to avoid legal trouble, but provocative enough to suggest miracle results. And when regulators do shut them down, they vanish overnight, only to reappear under a new name with the same formula and a new round of ads. The silence that sells. The stigma around sexual health plays directly into their hands. Many men would rather buy a pill from a website at 2 a.m. than have an awkward conversation with a doctor at 2 p.m. And every time a man stays silent, the industry's hold gets stronger. Silence means no one warns their friends. Silence means bad products keep selling. Silence means the cycle continues. Pulling back the curtain, that's why this conversation matters. Because once you see the moving parts, once you understand the psychology, the marketing, the loopholes, you can't unsee them. You'll never look at an ad the same way again. Over the next chapters, we'll dissect exactly how this billion-dollar illusion is built. We'll walk through the science, what works, what doesn't, and why some things are dangerous. We'll hear from men who've been through the cycle, spending hundreds, even thousands, chasing an outcome that was never possible in the first place. And most importantly, we'll talk about the real options, the safe options, the ones that don't require you to gamble your health for a promise in a bottle. But first, let's start where it all begins, the promise itself. If you want, I can keep expanding from here until this part 1 alone reaches the full 6,000 words, layering in case studies, real-life examples, historical background, and emotional beats. So it becomes a complete, the history and origins of the male enhancement industry. Opening, set the stage. Before flashy online ads and celebrity endorsements, there were whispered secrets, handwritten letters, and mysterious potions sold in dark corners of society. Section 1. Ancient roots and early beliefs. Ancient Egypt, Rome, and China. Herbs, tonics, and rituals claimed to boost virility. Cultural symbolism of masculinity and why size and stamina myths persisted. Early aphrodisiacs like ginseng, saffron, oysters, and exotic animal parts. Storytelling device. Imagine a marketplace in 300 BC. Section 2. The traveling salesman era, 1800s to early 1900s. Snake oil peddlers selling elixirs from wagons. The birth of the term patent medicine. Real ads from 19th century newspapers promising stamina, vigor, and manhood restoration. How shame and secrecy were already part of the business model. Section 3. The mail order miracle age, 1920s to 1960s. Small ads in the back of men's magazines promising confidential shipping. Discreet brown paper packages and coded product names. The role of sexual repression and lack of public discussion in keeping demand high. The clever use of pseudoscience in ad copy. Section 4. The sexual revolution and rise of modern supplements, 1970s to 1990s. With changing attitudes about sex, products became more aggressive in marketing. TV late-night ads, 1-800 numbers, and limited-time offers. The first big FDA crackdowns on unsafe products. The supplement industry's pivot after regulations tightened for prescription drugs. Section 5. The Internet boom, 2000s to 2010s. Why the web was the perfect environment for the industry. Anonymity, targeted ads, instant purchase. How affiliate marketing created an army of small-time sellers. Case study, one viral enlargement scam that made millions before disappearing. The rise of free trial scams and auto-billing traps. Section 6. The present day and how we got here. Social media algorithms pushing enhancement ads to the most vulnerable users. Natural branding as a shield against regulation. Constant rebranding to avoid bans. The modern male enhancement industry as part of a $30+ billion supplement market. Closing. Connect the past to the present. The same tricks from ancient markets are still being used today, just with more technology and reach. Inside the marketing machine. Opening scene. The trap you don't see coming. Picture this. You're scrolling your phone late at night. Maybe you're a little tired. Maybe you're feeling stressed. Maybe you've been thinking about your relationship. And then it appears. A smooth, confident man flashes across your screen. He's got the kind of smile that says he knows something you don't. Then the words, 1 pill, 2 weeks, guaranteed. Before you realize it, your finger hovers over the link, and that's all they need. One click to set the entire machine in motion. Section 1. The psychology they exploit. The male enhancement market doesn't just sell pills, it sells a story. Insecurity. They know that even the most confident men can have private doubts. Comparison culture. From locker rooms to Instagram, men are bombarded with images of ideal masculinity. Urgency. Limited time offers and running out fast make you act before you think. Shame. They use discreet language like confidential shipping to imply it's embarrassing to seek help, but that they understand your secret need. Every ad is designed to make you feel two things at once: not enough, and just one step away from being more. Section 2. Fake science, real sales. The marketing machine thrives on what I call scientific seasoning, just enough technical language to sound legitimate, without any actual proof. They name drop obscure plant extracts, Epimedium sagittatum instead of horny goatweed. They sprinkle in words like clinically tested and proprietary blend, even if the tests were never published and the blend is just filler. They reference studies without giving citations, knowing most people won't check. The effect? It feels credible, and that feeling is enough to make a sale. Section 3. The testimonial illusion. If you've ever seen a male enhancement ad, you've seen the miracle story. A man claims he gained inches in weeks. A woman says her partner's confidence skyrocketed. Photos show dramatic before and after shots. Here's the truth. Many testimonials are actors reading scripts. Photos are often stock images, sometimes stolen from fitness models. Before and after pictures can be the same person on the same day with different posture, lighting, or camera angle. Section 4. The affiliate army. Most male enhancement companies don't even run their own ads anymore. They outsource to an army of affiliate marketers. Affiliates get paid a commission for every sale they generate. They create fake review sites ranking top 10 pills, all pointing to the same product. They use clickbait headlines like, "Doctors hate him," to pull you in. This keeps the main company's hands clean. If an ad gets banned, they just recruit more affiliates to try again. Section 5. The rebrand shuffle. Ever notice that enhancement products seem to vanish and new ones take their place overnight? That's no accident. When bad reviews pile up, they shut down the brand name. They relaunch with a new label, new website, same formula. Old customers are funneled into special loyalty programs, so they don't even notice they're buying from the same source. Section 6. The free trial trap. One of the most profitable tricks is the just pay shipping free trial. You order a sample for $4.95 shipping. In the fine print, you agree to a $90 plus recurring monthly subscription. Canceling is a maze of hidden phone numbers and processing delays. Many men don't realize they've been billed until hundreds are gone. Section 7. The role of social media algorithms. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok make the marketing machine even more precise. Ads can be targeted by age, relationship status, and even sexual interest. Someone searching for low testosterone articles might start seeing enhancement ads within hours. The more you click, the more ads you see, trapping you in a feedback loop. Section 8. Why it works so well. The success of this marketing machine boils down to 3 truths. 1. It sells hope. Even a tiny chance at the promised result feels worth the price. 2. It avoids direct accountability. Affiliates take the fall, not the brand. 3. It knows you won't tell anyone. The more secretive your purchase, the safer they are from public backlash. Closing. Escaping the machine. Understanding how this marketing works doesn't just save you money, it protects your health. Once you recognize the patterns, you'll see them everywhere. The glossy ads, the urgent headlines, the carefully staged testimonials, they're all cogs in the same billion-dollar engine. The only real way to break free is to pause before clicking, check the science, and remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it's not worth the risk. What peer-reviewed science actually says. How marketing spins weak evidence into big promises. The placebo effect and why it's so powerful. Why natural doesn't always mean safe. Part 4. The science they don't show you. Opening scene. The lab that never existed. You've seen the ads, the lab coats, the blue liquid in test tubes, the clinical trial charts that flash for 2 seconds before the screen fills with glowing promises. But here's the truth. For most male enhancement supplements, those labs don't exist. Those trials were never done. The science you see is often an illusion, a carefully staged prop to make you believe a product is backed by hard evidence. Section 1. What clinically proven really means. In medicine, clinically proven means a product's gone through rigorous, peer-reviewed testing, often involving hundreds or thousands of participants. In the supplement world, clinically proven can mean a small, unpublished study on 10 people, a test done on animals, not humans, a single ingredient tested in isolation, not the final pill formula, a trial run by the company selling the product. Section 2. Breaking down the common ingredients. 1. L-arginine. Claim, boosts nitric oxide, improving blood flow and erections. Science. Some studies show mild improvement in men with low nitric oxide levels, but not dramatic changes. Works better when combined with lifestyle improvements. Reality. Most supplement doses are too low to match clinical trials. 2. Ginseng. Claim, increases energy, libido, and stamina. Science. Mixed results. Some studies show modest benefits, others show no measurable effect. Reality. Quality varies wildly between brands. Some contain little actual ginseng. 3. Maca root. Claim, ancient Peruvian aphrodisiac for libido and fertility. Science. May slightly increase sexual desire, but no strong evidence for size or performance enhancement. Reality. Often underdosed in commercial products. 4. Yohimbine. Claim, boosts blood flow and sexual performance. Science. Can help with certain types of erectile dysfunction, but comes with significant risks: high blood pressure, anxiety, heart palpitations. Reality. Dangerous for men with cardiovascular issues, often sold without dosage control. 5. Horny goat weed, epimedium. Claim, increases libido and improves erectile function. Science. Active compound icariin may have mild effects in animals. Human data is limited. Reality. Usually too diluted in supplements to matter. 6. Zinc and vitamins. Claim, boosts testosterone and sexual health. Science. Only useful if you're deficient. Won't increase testosterone beyond normal levels. Reality. Marketed as a performance booster, but really just a basic nutrient. Section 3. The placebo effect is real. In sexual health, the mind plays a powerful role. If you believe a pill will make you perform better, you might actually feel more confident, and that confidence can improve results. The supplement industry knows this. They design packaging, testimonials, and doctor endorsements to amplify the placebo effect. Section 4. How science gets twisted into marketing. A small study shows 5% improvement. The ad says proven to work. Animal research? The ad quietly implies it's the same for humans. Ingredient tested alone? The ad acts like it applies to the whole pill. No long-term safety data? The ad says 100% safe, no side effects. Section 5. The myth of natural equals safe. Many natural herbs can interact with medications. Yohimbe and high-dose ginseng can cause dangerous blood pressure spikes. Some natural pills secretly contain pharmaceutical drugs to boost results, which can be dangerous if you have heart problems or take other meds. Section 6. Why there's so little real research. Supplements aren't regulated like prescription drugs, so companies don't have to fund expensive clinical trials. When a small company strikes gold with marketing, they spend profits on ads, not research. The lack of solid data keeps customers guessing and buying. Section 7. The bottom line. Science. If you strip away the hype, the research shows no pill will permanently increase size in adults. Some ingredients may mildly improve erection quality or libido. Most benefits are temporary and rely heavily on overall health and confidence. The biggest risk is wasting money. The second biggest is risking your health. Closing. The choice is yours. The science isn't sexy, but it's honest. The next time you see a glossy ad with a doctor smiling beside a pill bottle, ask yourself, did they show the study? Did they show the dosage? Did they tell you the risks? If the answer is no, then the science they didn't show you is probably the science they don't want you to know. The hidden dangers. The pill that sent him to the ER. It started as just another late-night click. A man in his 40s, tired of feeling less than, saw an ad that promised discreet overnight results. The packaging said 100% natural, the testimonials sounded convincing, and the price was cheap enough to try. 2 hours after taking his first pill, his heart was pounding so hard he thought it might burst. By the time the ambulance arrived, his blood pressure was dangerously high, and his hands wouldn't stop shaking. This wasn't a rare case. This was just one of thousands. Section 1. What's really in the bottle? The label might list herbs and vitamins, but investigations by the FDA and independent labs have found undeclared prescription drugs like sildenafil, Viagra, and tadalafil, Cialis. Banned stimulants that can spike heart rate and blood pressure. Filler powders that offer no benefit but pad the capsule weight. Unlisted allergens that can trigger severe reactions. Why? Because adding a small amount of a real prescription drug can create noticeable results, just enough for customers to believe the pill works, without the company admitting what's inside. Section 2. Dangerous interactions. Mixing enhancement supplements with other medications can be deadly. Blood pressure meds. Hidden sildenafil can drop blood pressure to dangerously low levels. Heart medications. Certain herbs can strain the heart when combined with beta blockers. Blood thinners. Ginseng and ginkgo biloba can increase bleeding risk. Section 3. The side effects they don't put in the ad. Real documented side effects from enhancement pills include severe headaches, heart palpitations, chest pain, insomnia, anxiety and panic attacks, gastrointestinal distress. In extreme cases, stroke, heart attack, liver damage, kidney failure. Section 4. The problem with natural. Natural isn't a safety guarantee. Some of the most dangerous substances on Earth, arsenic, cyanide, deadly nightshade, are natural. Yohimbe can cause extreme anxiety, high blood pressure, and even hallucinations. High doses of ginseng can lead to insomnia and rapid heartbeat. Maca and horny goatweed can overstimulate the cardiovascular system in sensitive individuals. Section 5. The fake lab coat problem. Many ads feature a doctor recommending the product, but these doctors are often actors or real doctors paid to endorse without proper disclosure. Some have even been caught lending their image to products later banned for safety reasons. Section 6. The lack of oversight. Unlike prescription drugs, supplements in many countries, including the US, are not pre-approved for safety or effectiveness before hitting the market. Companies can launch a pill without submitting proof it works. Regulators usually act after harm is reported, which means you're the test subject. When caught, shady brands simply shut down and reappear under a new name. Section 7. Real cases from FDA warnings. A 54-year-old man had a heart attack after taking a natural enhancement pill that secretly contained tadalafil. A batch of herbal capsules was found to contain nearly 3 times the safe dose of Viagra's active ingredient. Multiple products contained analogs of prescription drugs that were never tested in humans. Section 8. The psychological toll. The physical risks are only part of the damage. Men who experience side effects often feel too embarrassed to seek help. When a product fails, it can deepen feelings of inadequacy. Repeated failures can lead to anxiety, depression, and sexual performance issues unrelated to physical ability. Section 9. How to protect yourself. Check FDA warning letters and product recalls. Avoid any product promising instant or permanent size increases. Research ingredients individually from credible medical sources. Be wary of anything sold only through aggressive online ads or free trial offers. Closing, the truth they hope you never hear. The biggest danger of male enhancement pills isn't just what they put in the bottle, it's the fact that you don't know what you're really swallowing. The combination of hidden drugs, unsafe herbs, lack of oversight, and clever marketing creates the perfect storm. And as long as men keep buying in silence, the cycle continues. The truth? If a pill can truly change your body overnight, it's powerful enough to harm you. And if it's too weak to harm you, it's too weak to do what they promise. If you want, I can now fully expand each section with detailed case studies, full FDA quote excerpts, step-by-step breakdowns of how side effects happen in the body, emotional storytelling to keep listeners engaged for the full 6,000 words. Doctor's pause. You're sitting in a doctor's office. You've worked up the courage to bring up a subject you've been avoiding for months, maybe years. You clear your throat, lean forward, and say the words, "I've been thinking about trying something for performance." The doctor pauses. They glance at their computer screen. They might nod, shift in their chair, or change the subject. If you're lucky, they'll give a short, vague answer. "Those supplements aren't proven. I wouldn't recommend them." And that's it. Why so little detail? Why not break down the risks, the scams, the whole industry? The truth is, it's complicated and sometimes uncomfortable. Section 1. The silence of the clinic. Doctors are trained to address medical issues based on symptoms and proven treatments. Male enhancement pills, they fall into a gray zone, a mix of vanity, insecurity, and unregulated supplements. Many physicians don't have time for a 20-minute conversation about products you can buy online. Assume you'll ignore their advice if you've already decided to try them. Avoid detailed discussions to keep the appointment moving toward issues they can treat. Section 2. The business side of silence. While most doctors have no financial stake in supplements, some clinics quietly profit from them. Private men's health clinics sometimes sell custom blends, essentially the same ingredients as online pills, but at premium prices. Some avoid criticizing the industry because they sell competing treatments like testosterone therapy or shockwave therapy, which they'd rather you choose. Section 3. The fear of embarrassment. Doctors know sexual health is one of the hardest topics for patients to bring up. If they respond bluntly or critically, the patient might shut down and avoid future visits. To keep rapport, they may downplay the conversation instead of diving deep into why these pills are a problem. Section 4. The myth that it's harmless. Some doctors believe that, aside from wasting money, most over-the-counter male enhancement pills won't cause major harm. Unfortunately, that's not always true. Many underestimate the number of unlisted prescription drugs or dangerous stimulants hidden inside. Section 5. What they could tell you. If every doctor spoke openly, here's what you'd likely hear. Permanent enlargement in adults from a pill is biologically impossible. If you have erectile issues, there's usually an underlying cause: circulation, hormones, mental health, and we can test for it. Some ingredients may help slightly with blood flow or libido, but nothing over the counter can match prescription treatments. Many so-called natural supplements are laced with undeclared drugs. Section 6. The real solutions doctors rarely discuss, not because they're hiding them, but because these require longer conversations than most appointments allow. Lifestyle changes, weight loss, exercise, better sleep can improve sexual performance more than any pill. Prescription PDE5 inhibitors, Viagra, Cialis, are safe for most healthy men and actually proven to work. Therapy for performance anxiety can restore confidence without side effects. Hormone testing can identify low testosterone, which is treatable. Section 7. Breaking the stigma. The biggest barrier to honest conversation is stigma. If more men talked openly about sexual health, doctors would feel less pressure to tiptoe around the subject. Silence allows the supplement industry to thrive. Openness, even uncomfortable openness, would cut off its most reliable customers. Section 8. What you can do. Bring specific product names to your doctor and ask for ingredient analysis. Request hormone and cardiovascular tests before trying any supplement. Keep a record of side effects and share them. Encourage honest discussions with friends. The more men share experiences, the harder it is for scams to survive. Closing. The conversation they're waiting for you to start. The truth doctors won't say isn't always a dark secret. Sometimes it's simply a truth they're waiting for you to ask about. The male enhancement industry thrives because men are afraid to start the conversation. Once you do, you may find that your doctor has more advice, more options, and more real solutions than you ever expected. And when that conversation starts happening everywhere, in clinics, in friend groups, in public, the billion-dollar illusion begins to crumble. The real power was never in a pill. It's in the truth you choose to face and the conversation you choose to start.